It's exhausting. I mean, speaking of my rules, I also had another rule. We can fight one battle at a time. Don't come at me and tell me that you want to take on this, that. I tell myself, one battle at a time, all right? And we clear the decks of that. And this weekend alone, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to say, this does not last long. This does not continue. There is a breaking point. It is. He's not even sworn in yet. His numbers will collapse into the 20s.
Yeah.
If this continues. Just like Meek and I predicted, and we've said it, as you know, just like we predicted he could win the Republican nomination, I'm telling you this will not last. This weekend alone, Harold, he's in fights right now with the preeminent civil rights leader in America, with the entire intelligence community, perhaps the most important community to have on your side as president, and the most dangerous to cross politically, the single most important military alliance of our time, according to his own Secretary of Defense, NATO, and the single most important leader in all of Europe, Angela Merkel. That's just on this holiday weekend. This will not last. This will not continue. Somebody around him better tell him to focus. Oh, also, I'm sorry, and he told the Republicans he was going to run them over if they didn't follow whatever he did. This will not continue indefinitely.
This didn't happen this weekend. You think about the two or three most controversial places in the world, the most difficult places in the world. He also called the Taiwanese leader before having a conversation with China. So you have the Russian relationship, the European relationship, the Asian relationship, all in, to be kind, a state of disrepair. And it doesn't seem that the president-elect is interested in listening to our intelligence leadership and our diplomatic leadership about ways to go about not repairing those breaches, but articulating a clear and enforceable vision going forward. This has always been the worry I think most people had about him. And to Woodward's point, to Crystal's point, to John's point before walking off the set, not only a kindness, but there doesn't seem to be a willingness to listen. And if that persists in the foreign policy space, the implications there are really hard to calculate how damaging they can be, not only for us, but our allies around the globe.
If anybody thinks around Donald Trump that he can succeed as president of the United States with no message discipline, which he has no message discipline, the same way he succeeded when he was running against people like Ben Carson, then they're kidding themselves.
Right.
They're just kidding themselves. And this weekend,
little Marco, your way out of it. You can't come up with the nicknames and get yourself out of this. This is real world with real world implications here.
When you look at the leadership problem that it causes across the entire presidency of all of these cabinet nominees going for their confirmation hearings and being all over the place, and Rex Tillerson comments on China that were well received in China and were perceived as particularly antagonistic, and then you've got Mattis saying that NATO is the most important alliance America has ever been in, completely different from Tillerson on some level. I wonder if it's not sustainable.
And what was said this weekend, there is no message discipline, and there has to be message discipline because
Woodward?
it matters.